It's an eye-opener to the nation. We thought these guys are not working with us.
This is a program worth promoting.
People must be equipped. It mustn't end here.
We want to be nothing else but peace builders.
Ecumenical Leaders Forum, ECLF, recently trained 130 Zimbabwe Prison Service, ZPS, officers to equip and empower them with peace building and conflict management skills. The course covered an action learning module which included effective communication, personal response to conflict, mediation, strategic peace building, and more. In 2010, ECLF trained 2 chaplains of the ZPS, who later organized a workshop in Shamva, where 130 prison officers went through a conflict prevention and management, resolution, and transformation training. The workshop is meant to train junior officers in preparation for their advancement to important future positions in the organization. It is essential to equip prison officers with peace-building skills, taking into cognizance that most inmates automatically become pariahs to their families just by being incarcerated. It then becomes the prison officer's mandate to encourage reconciliation between the prisoners and their families, especially towards release of the inmates.
They deal with the inmates. Then they need to have skills of helping the inmates as they prepare them for integration in the community. Number 2, if they carry their own burden, they will unleash it on the inmates. And then you have got people who are somewhat revenging to an innocent soul. So really they need the skills. The third one is a broader one, that they have to contribute in peace building to their own communities, their own families, within their own camps. So if there is peace within the security sector, certainly you are expecting to hear better stories within the security environment and within the prisons. And it might spill to other security organs, and then truly you might have peace within the communities and the country.
I've since discovered or learned that conflict management is a critical aspect in each and every individual's life, because every one of us and every person is bound here or there to meet people who have some conflicts, and it is his responsibility to assist in one way or the other. It also helps in family setups, individual families. It assists if one is empowered or equipped with conflict management skills. He or she tends to realize or know how to best handle domestic problems, even family issues, meaning he or she can play a pivotal role in handling family disputes. With regard to the work situation, as prison officers, we have inmates who are our clients, including their relatives. Most inmates, just by being incarcerated or brought into prison, they tend to be dejected or rather rejected by their families. And as such, there is need for the 2 parties to reconcile. And prison officers can take that role of reconciling the 2 families.
Chaplain Absalom Tawanya attended the ECLF's 5-day sensitization workshop in 2010. He said his life has been transformed from being a minister of the gospel to a peace builder. The workshop impacted his life as he can now relate to and accommodate people in a way which he could not do before.
It actually opened me to be able to relate and accommodate many, because part of my mandate as a chaplain in the Zimbabwe prisons is to minister to our officers and their dependents, giving them spiritual support and guidance, and also ministering to inmates, giving them hope and prepare them in rehabilitation and even towards reintegration into the community. And the training has actually helped me to be relevant.
Assistant Commissioner Siziba greatly applauded ECLF for not leaving ZPS out of the peace-building initiatives, in particular this 13-part series, which is key for the officers. ECLF Director Bishop Dr. Ambrose Moyo handed over the certificates to 130 graduates and believes that if we are into peace building, we have to involve every stakeholder. He says the security sector is a critical area if we are to build a realistic peace.
We are so grateful that ZPS has really embraced this program. And I want to believe that they have not found the Ecumenical Children's Forum wanting. And they have found genuine peace builders. That's all we are seeking to be. Kuti tiwake ukama, tigarisane zvakanaka, nyika yedu iwe norunyararo. And I think as we have learned these days we're here, that our approach is really to start, to go to all levels. Titange in the home as children grow up, as mother and father, as parents relate to each other, in the communities, how they can manage the conflicts that are there and that will arise because conflict, is normal. That we can grow up with a different way of looking at one another and accepting what. We are different. Our backgrounds are different. We see things differently. And when we see things differently, there is bound to be conflicts.
The need to understand and the skills to manage, prevent, and to resolve conflict is key in dealing with people who have been involved in conflicts. The conflicts need to be resolved before peace is possible. Beyond just equipping prisons officers with professional peace-building skills, the workshops address the personal hurts of several officers so that they can build peace in their private lives, in their communities, and in the country. An officer who had gone through the workshop said that it was an eye-opener. He confessed that prior to the training, he viewed the inmates as the enemy, but now he would treat them as his charges. Another officer said that she has been carrying the pain of her father's death for so long, and she has just realized that it affected everything in her life, including her marriage. She says what she has learned from this workshop has transformed her.
On 29 April, ndakwira bus kubva kuChiredzi ndichitoenda kuHarare. And inini ndandisingazoti baba vangu vanga atofa because havana kana kumborwara. Ndichisvika muHarare ndakaenda kuDZ Presidential Garden ndiko kwataigara. Ndichisvika pagedhi paya munhu wese akanditarisa kudai because ndakafanana nababa vangu Stereki achitarisika kunge kakushamisika kunge kudi but vakaona kuti munhu uyu haana zvaanoziva. And inini ndichisvika pakembe kandakapesana nemabhasi aienda kumasvingo nemota dzaitoenda kunoviga baba vangu but hazvinambopinda mupfungwa dzangu ndakangoti ndezvepano ndezvekumasoja hameno ashaya but ndandisingangozvibhilivi because ndaiona sekuti munhu wese ari kundiitira noise ndandisingazviindateni. Ndakatovati musandichemere because inini baba vangu variko. Ndichisvika kuye kumba ndakagamuchirwa nachaplain wekuarmy and mai vangu ipapo pavakangondiona she just fainted havana kutaura neni. Ndakazama kutsanangurirwa but handina kuzvibhiliva. Ndinganyepa kuti ndakachema, handina kuchema. Ndakazochema baba vangu after 2 weeks. Ndakunyatsobhiliva kuti this is a real situation, that man is gone. Munhu andaiti ndiye anondivhungatira, handinoti mukoma wangu kana kuti vatete vangu kana kuti he is gone, hapana chichachinja. ndopandakatanga kuchema baba vangu ndofunga ndakaafectika zvokuti even kubasa ndakasvika ndikataurira officer njaji ndikapiwa leave ye1 month asi I wanted to be alone. Chero mai vangu I was harsh kwavari chero akada kunditaura neni kuita sokuti vaona sokuti ndakasungika ndaiti musiyane neni mumwe munhu akada kuita sokuti anoda kuti munhu wese hapana andaida kuona ndofunga ndakagara kuda time yakareba ndisina kana munhu andoda kutaura naye kana kusheya naye chinhu chinongova nechokuita nababa vangu kuti nditi zvakanyatsoperese saka maybe nesuro because handina munhu andandambosheya naye kuti munhu anyatsozva kuti background yangu yakamira sei kana kuti upenyu hwangu hwakamira sei hapana but nezuro ndakadzidza kuita open up nokuti ndaiona kuti zvazvitondikanganisa mumarriage mangu kuti even murume wangu akandikanganisira chinhu chidiki diki handitarise chaandikanganisira ndotarisa my background kuti okay andikanganisira nokuti hapana sisi wangu anomubvunza kuti zvakamira sei hapana budhi wangu hapana baba wangu but baba wangu dai vanga vari vapenyu zvaiitika izvi handina ndaitaura naye ndaigona kuita 1 month ndiri pafreeze ndisingataure nemurume but kwete nokuti andikanganisira zvakanyanyooma just a silly mistake ndobva ndaibuilda kuti ite hombe ite uremu nekuda kwema emotions anenge ari mukati mangu but nezuro ndakadzidza kusheya zvakandibatsira.
Senior prison officer Costa Moyo realized that he has been nurturing hurts from his relationship with his father, which have led him to shutting out his wife, while she tried to tell him about something which happened to her when she was young. Through this training, he resolved to be a better husband, using his newly acquired conflict resolution skills.
I won't rest pa situation hiyo. Nchatsvaga somebody wandinoona kuti iye anomutrusta toenda ikoko totsvaga iri atmosphere whereby anenge iri relaxed aite open up maybe we can live yandingati normal life toita bheri maghosts arimo within our lives.
The aim of this training for prison officers is for them to reach out and help turn our population into a peaceful nation. Confessing his previous conceptions about church people, Assistant Commissioner Siziba says he has been humbled by ECLF's selflessness and its efforts to achieve peace and reconciliation in our nation.
We thought these guys are not working with us. They are not with us. Thinking that these church people are always anti-us. Yet we didn't know that they need to build this country. I thank God for what he has done because he has equipped us with something which we were not expecting. And the way they came in, it was as if we had joint ventures in this issue of training. But they came at the right time. Because concerning conflict management, we had a problem because we are hardcore. As people take us as hardcore, because we are a security organization. Asi tiri vachengeti vei vevapari vemhosva. It has given us a light and how to control our inmates all over the country because these people are here, they come from all over the country. So I think they are now well equipped. They are going to practice this.
Commissioner Siziba appealed to ECLF not to end its workshops in Shamva, but to continue with similar workshops throughout the country.
Each and every course, people must be equipped. It mustn't end here.
I think this was an exciting workshop dealing with people who are at a managerial level in the prison service.